and welcome to lesson 12 of this free Learn Violin Online beginner course. I'm Megan, the creator behind LVO, and today we're going to be discussing 4 new finger placements. If you are loving this course and learning a lot, imagine how much more you could learn and how much faster you could progress inside of the Learn Violin Online membership with hundreds of videos like these and my personal guidance. The link is always in the description to check it out. So these new finger placements will allow you to play new notes, which means you can play a wider variety of pieces and scales. The first new finger placement we'll be going over is the low second finger. So if you recall, when we were learning the second finger, I mentioned that we were learning the high second finger placement. High second finger just means that the second finger is close to the third finger. Well, you can probably guess what the low second finger placement is going to be. It is going to be close to your first finger. So grab your violin, and we're going to start on the E string. We're going to play open E, 1, and then a low second finger. Again, the low 2 should go right next to your 1. And this is going to be the note G natural, or just a regular G on the E string. Go ahead. E, F sharp, G natural. Since that note is a G, it shares its name with one of our open strings. You can check that with your open string. So you can play open G and high G to see if they match in pitch. Additionally, that note is going to ring or resonate more than others, so that's another way you can tell if you're in tune. Over to the A string, we're going to do the same thing. The low second finger on the A string is a C natural, or just a regular C. Open A, B natural, low 2, C natural. Very good job. Over to the D string, again, we'll do that same thing, and this is going to be an F natural, or just a regular F, low 2 on the D string. Open D, E, F natural, low 2. Very good job. And finally, the G string, your low second finger is going to be the note B flat. Open G, A, B flat. Very good job. That is the low second finger. The second new finger placement we'll be learning is the high third finger. So remember, high basically means closer to the bridge, and low means closer to the scroll. So your high third finger is going to be a whole step now away from your second finger. So you can see as I move my third finger to the high position, it is no longer touching my second finger. If you are using finger tapes, your high third finger is going to be in between your third and fourth finger tapes. So let's go over to the E string and practice open, 1, 2, high 3 together. Open, 1, high 2, G sharp, high 3, A sharp. So again, you can see it's a whole step, or about like, I don't know, half an inch away from my second finger. This also is a good time to introduce enharmonic tones. So enharmonic tones are notes that are spelled differently, so that means they look different on sheet music, but they're actually the same note. So all of your high third fingers are going to be enharmonic tones. So for the high third finger on the E string, that is either an A sharp or a B flat. Again, it's the same exact note, it's just sometimes written differently. So this is important because if you're practicing with a tuner and you think you're playing the note B flat, but it's showing up as an A sharp, that is the same note. You are playing the correct note. The easiest way to visualize this is looking at a piano and trying to play the A sharp and the B flat, and you'll notice it's the same key. To the A string, open A, first finger B, high second finger C sharp, high third finger D sharp. The other name for D sharp is E flat. D string, open, first finger E, high second finger F sharp, high third finger G sharp. The other name for G sharp is A flat. So you can see all of the enharmonic tones are a sharp and a flat, right? They're a high note and a low note. Finally, G string, open, first finger, high 2, and high 3. That is the note C sharp or D flat. The next finger placement we'll learn about is the low 4th finger. So, the low 4th finger is actually going to be in the same exact spot as your high 3rd finger. So if you're using tapes, it's going to be halfway between your 3rd and 4th finger tapes. If you're not using tapes, your low 4 is going to be touching your regular 3. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Meghan, how do we know? Do we use a high 3 or a low 4? Well, typically, if the note is written as a sharp, so take, for example, on the A string, if you see a D sharp, you're most likely going to use your high 3rd finger, just because we associate D with 3rd finger, so D sharp would be high 3rd finger. However, if the note is written as an E flat, that will be a low 4th finger, because we think 4th finger is E, and then we lower it for the E flat. This is not a hard and fast rule though. There's a lot of times where you can choose which one you want to use. For me personally, I tend to lean more towards the high 3 just because like 3rd finger is easier, you know? But you might find that you like the low 4. So what we're gonna do is practice it on each string, of course. We're gonna go 1, high 2, regular 3, and low 4. So essentially your 2, 3, and 4 will all be smushed together. So open E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and B flat, low 4. And again, if you are looking at a tuner, it could also say A sharp, same exact note, just different finger placement. A string, open, 1, C sharp, regular 3rd finger D, and low 4th finger E flat. Very good. D string, open, first finger, high 2nd, 3rd finger normal, and low 4, A flat. And finally G string, open, 1, high 2, 3, and low 4. Okay, the final finger placement we'll learn about is the low 1st finger. For the low 1st finger, you're going to place the 1st finger essentially right next to the nut, which is this part of the violin right here. And just something to be mindful of when you do play your low 1, you don't want to, 1, move your hand at all. You want to keep your hand where it is and just extend your 1 backwards. The way you're going to do that is by moving the base knuckle here of your finger. So that's essentially the motion of the low 1st finger. Okay. The other thing to watch out for is your wrist. You don't want to move the wrist in at all when you're going for that low 1, because that just totally messes up my hand position. She's looking crazy right there. Okay, so let's go to the E string. play open E, and a low first finger, which is the note F natural, or just a normal F. Open A. Low 1, this is B flat. Open D. In low 1, which is E flat. Open G. In low 1, which is A flat. Very good. So the low first fingers are also enharmonic tones. On E string, the low 1, it's most likely going to say F when you're looking at your tuner. On the A string, though, it could either say A sharp or B flat. Either one is correct. Same thing on D string. You could either say D sharp or E flat. They're both correct. And then on the G string, it could either say G sharp or A flat. Both of those are correct. Additionally, if you see either of those notes in your music, now you know how to play them with the low first finger. So we covered 4 new finger placements, which will greatly increase the amount of notes you can play and, of course, the pieces that you can play as well. Next up, we'll be learning 3 new scales and incorporating our new finger placements into them, as well as using our 4th finger a little bit more and exploring slurs. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next lesson.